Hello, Damian, and hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on, I guess, a new and improved YouTube channel with more video content, which I think people really enjoy.
You
So,
better put some video on your YouTube channel, Dawn.
how are you? Happy
So far, so good.
birthday!
Thank you. Thank you. It just is, it's a good feeling. So thank you. Everything's good. How you doing?
That's fantastic. Thank you for blessing me and joining me on your birthday. So,
Please, thank you for talking to me about something very special and near and dear to me and you on this day. Like, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, we'll just get right into it. You were on our podcast. Well, I think it'll be airing coming up. So
Okay.
we are in the middle of another intimacy series, and we're talking about intimacy and relationships and connection in terms of how it impacts your MS life or your world, but more so the connection, not anything physical, but more so the connection or it's emotional intimacy. But spirituality plays a huge role in that piece. And I know that you are an individual like myself who meditates quite often. And I strongly believe that my meditation practice has, oh gosh, it's laid a tremendous foundation for and enabled me to cope much better with the illness. And this is it'll be 21 years, May 23rd.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's for me, the habit, the meditation habit, I call it the sit. You go sit down. Like it just really gets you more in touch with the fact that you are not the thought, you're the thinker. And your thoughts make you feel things, they make you say things, they make you do things that are mostly in line with the thinker, but sometimes are not. And a way to get in touch with a thinker more so, more in a more active way is to develop the habit, and it spills out into your life as you continue to develop the habit. You just get able, you're more able to be like, I don't need to do this right now. And make another choice. And I think that's what it is. Knowing that you are the thinker and that your thought might be asking you to make a choice that the thinker might not necessarily make. It might not necessarily be in your best interest to snap back at that person that was rude to you. It might not necessarily be in your best interest to fill in the blank. And having a regular habit of meditation, of sitting, expands that millisecond between thinker and thought just a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
And that is one of the reasons that it is quite useful.
I think absolutely. And it's also helped me be more measured and calculated in decisions that I'm making. For example, I'll give you a great example. When I was switching from one therapy, one DMT to another, I remember the neurologist came to me and she said, look, this particular medication is no longer working for you. And not that my MS was out of control, but she didn't want it to get to that point because she recognized that we need to go in a different direction. I think this is more suitable for you. And so I said, okay. And then she gave me all the information about the DMT that she wanted me to take. And it was a heavy duty one. I didn't want to do it because there were quite a few side effects. And I was super comfortable. I was committed to the therapy that I was on. You know what I mean? You just kind of get comfortable in there. And I was like, I don't want to change. I don't want to do anything else. I'm good. But I think being able to be still and be present and listen and digest what she was saying and not make a rash decision and just jump at it and say, hey, yes, let's go for it. I wanted to hear all of what she was talking about. I wanted to know why she felt that the other DMT wasn't working. So that's what meditation has helped me with along my MS journey. And I've created this, or cultivated, I should say, this intimate relationship between my sitting practice and myself, because it's given me, and I've heard this word so often, it's given me grace, and it's given me that ownership of like being able to be present. You're smiling, and am I saying something off?
No,
I don't
you
know.
can come on. This is got me in concordance with you. You did your show. You better keep on going talking.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I was diagnosed at 24, 25. And so it's been a journey. It's been very difficult trying to navigate and understand all of the pieces of this puzzle, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, nobody has it easy. Nobody has it easier than the other person. It's just different. And having everything, meditation looks different in everyone. And you just have to sort of, in a lot of ways, get out of your own way. Like maybe whatever your static is, like, oh, that didn't work for me, or it does work for me, or I don't have the time, like whatever you can put in there, it's just static, fam. And that's cool and everything. What it is that you have to figure out what it means in you. This has been going on for thousands of years. Do you think it doesn't work? Like, no, that doesn't come on, fam. It just is, you have to figure out your way of how it works in you. And through that, something you get more in touch with who you actually are in the midst of the garbage that is life with that mess. And yeah, and I think like a lot of things, something that turns folk away is that the people who sit and who are calm and who talk about what it does and cultivates in them is one perspective. But if the person doesn't already sit, that's already like a point of not relation. You know what I'm saying? So like we're in a different, not a different, but we're in this vibe, and you're sharing from our heart because we have sat with our heart center for dozens and hundreds of hours. You know what I'm saying? And like the person who needs to or should or wants to or like whatever hasn't. So it's like, I don't even recognize that person. I don't even see myself in that person. Like that sort of thing. And again, it's like, it's just not only getting out of your own way, working to know that there is something else out there for you, and you don't know what that is. Oh. So you know what is right now, and what is right now is whatever your life situation is, whatever your place with multiple sclerosis is. You know that. You don't know what's on the other side of this sitting practice thing, and it's free. And all you got to do is sit down with your eyes closed. That's it. And even if you can only do it for 5 minutes, cool. You will eventually be able to do it longer. The joke I say is that, yo, fam, if you can't sit by yourself for 10 minutes, what you think your partner does? What you think your friends do, et cetera, et cetera. So like that's a way to sort of shift. You are literally sitting down and closing your eyes. Put on a timer on your phone. When it goes off, get up and go. If you can't sit with yourself for 5 minutes, then make it 2. If you can't sit with yourself for 2 minutes, boo-boo, what's going on? Et cetera, et cetera. That's it.
Right. It's like a muscle. You know what I mean? Like really working out that muscle that hasn't been used in a while, or you have used it in a while and you need to, refresh it, I suppose. But that's how I view my practice. It's like every day I learn something new. This is not a one size fits all practice for me,
Oh, okay. Why do you even want to talk about this on your show? Like for real. Like, what's up with that? That's why I'm flipping this on you. Like, you want to talk to me. Why are you doing this right here, right now?
Why do I want to talk about spirituality?
No, spirituality, we meditate, like all this whole jam on this in this specific space right now.
I do, because when I was diagnosed in 2000, I feel like something shifted in me, and that shift was due to slowing down, and that shift was due to like being able to recognize I don't have to dance to the world's drum. I can dance to my own, and because MS forced me to. So that's why.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why I want to know why I got to watch the show. Shoot, okay, I can sit here and talk forever, but this is the space that you made, and this is the space that I share with you. And now I'm in here. I'm like, why did you make this space?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, it's really that simple, and it doesn't have to be, something grand and, oh, I heard the birds chirping and I was sitting fasting for 20 days. It's just really that simple. Yeah. It was like my body needed something, and it made a call, and I listened, and I sat.
How my practice came about is that my minor from college, so I'm a theater major and an Eastern Asian religions minor from Middlebury College, and I took a couple of classes about Eastern Asian religion and Buddhism and things like that. And I read them in the syllabus and they seemed interesting. And I took them and I actually read all the books, and I got A's on all the papers, and my friends were like people in those classes. So it just sort of was a natural thing. I'm like, I'm going to keep doing this. I have enough of these classes because I have fun in these classes. I'm like, I can make a minor out of this, and so on and so forth. So like I've read a lot of books and I've written a lot of pages about Buddhism and meditation and spirituality in various places across the world. So when I was not even fresh, when I was considering like, yo, I got to move out to LA. Like I did all these commercials in New York, but I got to do the thing. One of my homies was out here. She was out here doing the thing, and she's like, man, just stay on my couch, bro. Just figure it out. As I was on her couch for like a week and change, and every day she would go into a closet in the apartment, and like the third, fourth day, I was like, girl, you go in your little prayer closet, girl. Girl, what you doing in there? She looks at me in the middle of my soul and is like, Damian, if you don't have something out here to ground you spiritually, you will lose your mind. And I was like, whatever. And she went in a little prayer closet, whatever. I moved out here. It's like within the first year, and it's you're just trying to find your way up in a new city on the entire other side of the country. In like you were in the competitive business, now you in the competitive business. So like trying to figure out all that stuff up, it was just causing a lot of static, just like just shorter tempers, and things are just, it's not right. And like one of those times where like tempers are flaring and stuff, it's like I was like, yo, I think I'm losing my mind. So in that, it was like, oh, okay. So what should I do? Why I would go meditation was okay, fine. Well, transcendental meditation, okay, cool. I got to give you $1,000. I know about this. Let me figure this. I can do this for free, and found some stuff, and then started with 3 minutes a day, and now sit for I don't know, at least a half hour, 20 minutes, an hour. Like it don't really matter. This is as long as it's more than like 15 minutes, I'm good.
That's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing.
That's how I got started. No, thank you for making this space for me to tell this story.
No, it's so interesting how everybody gets to a point of comfort in their practice with the people that do it regularly that I speak with. Um, yeah, and you almost have to like find your comfort zone. You got to find your niche, like what works best for you. Like you said, you were searching at different ones and looking through different ones, and that's what happened with me. I think I went to like a Buddhist temple and I went to a Sikh Gurdwara. I went to like another Buddhist, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's where you're in this really dark room and everybody's like on this circular seat and you're like wrapped in a scarf and then you're like moving back and forth and you're just like staring at the wall. I forgot what that's called. But yeah, that one wasn't for me. So what was for me was transcendental meditation. And yeah, I found a teacher. And at the time I had the time, had the, space, I had money, I had all of that to like really dive into what it took for me to, I don't know what the word is, maybe transform my thinking. Moving forward, and where I am now is like you. I'm 20 minutes a day, twice a day. Not every day is twice a day. I have to be honest.
Yeah. It's certainly it's that first one is like that's simple. That's automatic for the people. Is that second one is the thing that gets in there that has more of the like, oh, I have to make sure I do that, or like you don't do the first one and you're just like, and then it's like four and you're like, what? I need bye.
Right.
That's just one. So like you aim for two, but even when you don't hit two, you gonna do one.
Without question. One getting in.
It's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. So I guess not moral of the story, but overall, the point and purpose of the video is what you asked me. And of course, I don't remember what my answer was, but I guess just talking about how this particular practice, this meaning meditation or sitting, can be of assistance when you have a chronic illness, especially something like MS, something that is, trying to take over every single day. And so my way of fighting back, how we call each other warriors and fighters and all that. Well, my way of fighting back is through, meditation and sitting, just being quiet, paying attention to what my body is feeling. What am I experiencing? And that's beneficial when I talk to my neurologist or physical therapist or mental health professional, all of that. So
again, there's this, it's been happening for thousands of years, / whatever you're looking for is inside you. Everyone has always said from the jump of people. And the only way you know what's inside of you is if you sit down with yourself.
That's really it. My favorite quote is, in the midst of chaos and movement, carry your stillness with you. And it's by, I think, Deepak Chopra. And I read his book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, prior to being diagnosed, as a matter of fact. And I revisited that when I was diagnosed, and it really helped, really helped me. Year 1, I should say. And now I'm year 21.
There you go.
And it's still helping me.
There you go. Look, I had to go look that up. In the midst of movement and chaos, keep stillness inside of you. This condition is garbage, bro. There's no greater movement and chaos than a dis-ease, and a dis-ease of this type is, I'm not getting into that, but bottom line, knowing how to be in touch with stillness inside of you when you are dealing with a difficult medical condition it's helpful, and it doesn't help to take away the thing that is currently difficult. It just helps you be with it differently and in a more of a place where you are being, it's not that so much that you're affected, like you are affected for sure because you're in it, but you just got just that much more space between you and it, and that does wonders for wellness.
When you were talking, it reminds me of like being in a martial arts fight, like, I'm fighting you up. Like it doesn't eradicate what's going on, but it helps me, get away.
It helps you know,
Duck
like,
and move.
right.
Yeah.
Because you're still, so you'll do that and not get hit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Or like, and then try to attack and then get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if you hit from a place of stillness, it's different than if you hit out of a place of reaction. So,
oh my God, so beautiful, so perfect. I love that. I know, I love it. I'm just gonna have that register and like sit in my brain all day. But I do want to say thank you again for, always showing up. You always show up, and especially on your birthday. And I'm forever grateful for you, for our friendship and being in this MS space together. I can't imagine like you not being here, and our other friends, we've just kind of developed some sort of like family, and it's beautiful.
I appreciate you saying that, and thank you. I will take that, receive that, and thank you. And showing up, just showing up. Yeah, just show up, bro. I lost my train of thought, but it had something to do with showing up, and I just think that it's cool to be in this space with cool people. So just show up, and thank you for showing up. Thank you. Because why am I here? I'm here because you showed up a bajillion times before. I ain't gonna show up for somebody who ain't shown up before. Hello. Because I show up all the time. But no, thank you. Thank you for having me in this space, for real.